Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing great. So, today we're going to be talking about the difference between rich versus wealthy. And, I used to want to be rich. I'm no lie. Oh, I want to be
Me
rich. I want to
too.
be rich until I got older and I realized a few things about rich. Number one, anybody can be rich even for the shortest amount of time. Rich is very transitional and very limited. You can be rich for a day and be broke tomorrow. People treat you differently when you're wealthy versus when you're rich. When you're rich, people look at you like, girl, you'll be back. You'll be back, girl. You ain't going too far. Versus when you're wealthy, people understand that wealth is a sustained condition. A lot of rich people wear their money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Mm-hmm.
wealthy people grow their money. If
Mm.
you're working for your money and your money is not working for you, you're rich. You're not wealthy. The wealthy people literally live off investments, interest, and earnings, capital, money that they have coming in right now. And a lot of times we don't have that wealth because we've not accrued it.
Right.
So one of the things that keeps us from accruing it is we don't have the startup capital to build the businesses that will allow us to accrue that long-term wealth. And if you look at the people who have long-term wealth, the Hiltons, the Goodyears, the Waltons from the Walmarts, the people from McDonald's, they didn't just get here with that money, and they did not take it with them when they left. The mass majority of them that started the business, they gone. It's down to their grandkids and great grandkids now. One thing I do know about wealth is you won't get it at a job. You can get
Mm-mm.
paid well at a job, but you won't necessarily get wealthy. And I'm gonna turn it over to my guests. What y'all think about that?
Well, I think that's absolutely the truth. I was telling somebody the other day, you know, it's so many jobs out here, and it's a reason why. And I think that shift happened when we got set down in COVID. And I was just telling them, you'll never be rich. You will never get wealthy working a job ever. And I think that holds true. No matter how many hours you ever put in every day to any job, it will never make you wealthy or rich. That's my opinion.
I mean, I 100% agree. And I think if you look at the way the system is designed, it's not supposed to, right? So you may have a good, caring boss or supervisor or something like that who, maybe a nice person, but at the end of the day, it's not their job to make you rich. They're supposed to, it only makes sense that when you're working a job, somebody is earning more money from the value that you bring than you are, or else they wouldn't be able to pay you. Right? They wouldn't have the ability to pay you to do what you're doing. So a lot of times I think people who have jobs still get offended when you say this type of stuff. It's not to offend you, it's really to educate you, to help you see, and then you get to make the decisions for yourself about what you want to do and how you want to do it. Because I think whether you got a day job or you own your own business, you work for yourself, they're both, life is still going to be difficult. Life is still going to present you with challenges and, frustrations. But what side of the, I guess, the monopoly board do you want to sit? My son was telling me the other day he was playing virtual Monopoly with some people online, and he was like, I don't got a lot of money right now, but I got a lot of property. So every time somebody land on my property, them little $40, $50, they adding up, Mom. I'm starting to get my money back. And that's really how we have to look at things. Starting a business is not about becoming wealthy overnight, but it is about, what journey am I gonna take that's gonna get me to my ultimate goal of wealth and generational wealth. Maybe not faster, but what is the pathway? So I 100% agree. And I definitely think, we now more than ever, we have so many more opportunities to obtain wealth than
Mm,
people had even 2 generations ago. I was just
that's
telling my son, we were driving in the car. I think it might have been Black History Month, or I can't remember. Yeah, so that would have been last month. I can't remember what the reason that they were talking about this on the radio, but they said that up until like the 1990s, if I'm not mistaken, I want to Google it to make sure, women were not even able to get business loans by themselves.
mm,
If
that's true.
can you imagine not being able to go? And so my son was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, yeah, I just learned that recently. It might have been like the 60s or the 70s that women were able to have their own bank accounts.
Or
Yeah,
buy property.
or on
Yeah.
land.
So
Mm-hmm.
now even just my grandma, my great grandma, 2 generations, 3 generations ago did not have the opportunities that we have. And so a lot of times we look back and say, well, grandma didn't do this and mommy didn't do that, and they didn't leave us this and they didn't do that. That's because they
They
could
couldn't.
not.
They couldn't.
Yeah.
And we have a greater capacity to be millionaires now than ever before. And if we're not taking advantage, thank you, Will. Oh, you in Kenya. Come on now, Africa. If we're not taking
Yeah.
advantage of those opportunities because of whatever reason, and one of the things last night I said in this book I'm reading that says success is what we do with what is done to us. Nobody had a perfect life. Nobody had a perfect upbringing, but we wasn't beat all upside the head like Harriet Tubman. We don't have scars on
Mm-hmm.
our back like Sojourner Truth. We didn't have to run the risk of getting bit by dogs because we wanted to sit down on the bus. Guys, we got it too easy
Mm-hmm.
for us not to be out there grinding like they've opened the safe, because they have. And tonight, one of the things we're going to be doing on YouTube Live only. And Miss Gertrude, thank you for tagging individuals, because this is what I'm talking about. If I'm telling y'all they're giving away money, you should be telling everybody you know to get to the bank. And they're giving
Mm-hmm.
away money. They're giving away corporate dollars. They're giving away knowledge. They're giving away computers, products. We're going to be completing those applications tonight, but you got to be on the YouTube channel. And if you want to register to win, hey, Miss Verlin, for bringing people, make sure you go to dollarsprofitsandwealth.com and register, and you'll get the information. But we got to stop keeping information to ourselves, because that's how they're getting over on us. Baby, they tagging people in the chat, okay? I ain't even mad. I wish somebody would have told me about the money they was giving away before I dug deep in my pocket to build my business. And Kiara, a lot of things we do out of habit. We're conditioned to struggle. We're conditioned to sacrifice. We're conditioned to work hard. We're conditioned to have less. And, we don't even realize that the floodgates have opened and that opportunities for us to be millionaires and even billionaires are around every corner. But here's the thing, you don't know what to do to get there. And if you're not willing to align yourself with some knowledge to get there, then that means you're comfortable living how you live. What you think, Kiara? I think your millions is your choice.
Oh, 100%, coach. You know, that's what I was saying. We get to choose. When you hear somebody say, "Oh, you'll never make $1 million, you'll never become wealthy at a job," it's not to say that you're not going to be successful, or even that I'm wishing that you're not successful. It's just me educating you on the reality of what the circumstances are. And then you have to make a decision about what you want. You have to make a decision about, which difficult journey you're going to take, because I know for me, waking up every day, getting to a job, when I think about that, that just drives me crazy. I gotta drive to the job every day and be there by 8:45, 9 o'clock every morning, and sit
Regardless.
here at the desk for 8 hours every
Come on,
day. And that's
Kiara.
what you gotta take.
Regardless.
Some of y'all don't got desk jobs. Some of y'all got on your feet jobs. You standing up for 8 hours a day. So it really is about choices. And I think that's the beautiful thing, that right now, I was just saying this to somebody, success, when they say that success is relative, it really is. Because to you, you may feel like, well, I came from, pennies, and I just want to get my family to 100,000. Somebody might be like, oh, I just want to buy one house. Me, I want to own apartment buildings and libraries and complexes. And that's what success is for me.
But I think it's also time for us to reset our measure, because before, just enough was enough.
Right.
And I think that we've become complacent because we have a little more than our parents had.
Mm.
But, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that if you settle for just enough, one day you're going to be mad. You're going to look around you and see people with less intellect, people with less get up and go, people with less training, people with less experience getting more money than you, because they get up every day and work for themselves. They get the knowledge. This money, y'all, we're infants when it comes to wealth building. Women are infants, African Americans are um infants. And so, it's that where do you get the knowledge from if you don't want to sit still and get the knowledge?
You
And
gotta
it's
get
time
that
for us to
knowledge.
get the knowledge.
You got to. Coach, I think getting the knowledge is more than half the battle, because when you're in a position where you've been so complacent for so long, it's like an uphill battle to even try to get the knowledge. That's one of the things that I've seen, demonstrated, um, even with myself. I've been thinking about like the years and years and years that I've been an entrepreneur for years. And I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, man, do you know if I had got a coach years ago, I would have probably been a multi-millionaire by now, like a multi-millionaire, because I had already had the mindset of having my own business. You know, my ex-husband, he was a dreamer. So, we got married so young, and he introduced that world to me of like being an entrepreneur. I was 18 when we got married. My ex-husband always, wanted to have his own business. He was like, yeah, babe, you gonna have your own beauty shop. You're gonna have multiple beauty shops. And he's a dreamer. He's prophetic. He just was everything, like, entrepreneur. And I got acclimated to the idea of it, because I mean, I don't know anything. So after being around and seeing it demonstrated, I finally said, okay, yeah, you know what? That is something that I want to do. And once I was in it and I started seeing all this money flowing, this money was just crazy flowing. I was like so into it. And if I had had some sort of direction at that time, to direct me the way that I should have been really going, having my mindset actually going, giving me the right books to read, the right information, just the blueprint or the roadmap, it would have been on popping by now.
And that's
But
rich versus wealthy. The mass
yeah,
majority of us, hey, Lashik here, have touched a lot of money in our lifetime,
Right.
but we don't keep it because we don't know how to, number one, keep it coming in.
yes,
And also, we don't know what to do to keep control of it. In our culture, we're taught go spend it and show everybody you got it.
Right.
Throw it up in your air, take pictures of it, go buy the latest bag, the biggest car. I was telling Kiara that, the other day, I'm like, before I go spend $200,000 on a car that is going to depreciate in value, I go buy $200,000 worth of classics that I know in the next 10 years are going to be double, triple, and quadruple what they're worth now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a different way of thinking about your money. So tonight, and not being too afraid to ask. So tonight we're going to be applying for thousands of dollars in grants on YouTube only. Make sure you register at www.dollarsprofitsandwealth.com to get your opportunity to win, and follow us on our YouTube page. And they're going to give you the information on the YouTube page when you register.
And Coach, I just want to say, when we're talking about tapping in, you said something the other night in one of your trainings, and you were talking about how you had to, when COVID first happened and they were releasing various funds for small business owners, you had to really like fight with us. I will even say myself included. Did you go put in your application? Did you go apply? Did you go do it? And it took a long time for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna let her stop harassing me. I'm gonna go apply. If I didn't, I would have missed out on so much money. And even though I knew that then, just having somebody holding you accountable to push you to do what you know to do is so important. But one of the things we have to learn is literally the worst thing somebody could tell you is no. It's not going to kill you. You're not going to be in no worse off situation than you are currently.
You're not.
So it's better to apply and to see. And I don't know, but I know myself, and I'm sure dozens of other ladies inside of our community were pleasantly surprised when we received those free funds, free money. Y'all gave me some free
money? And continue to receive money.
Okay.
Just by putting our name in the hat, you got to be in the room. Lately Kiara said, look, let me get out here and see what's popping. Because people are getting back out in them streets, and you got to go meet the people where they are.
Yeah. And also, to that point, Coach, for those of you who are saying like, oh, my friends don't want to do this, or my friends, I asked somebody to come with me and they're not coming. Sometimes you're going to have to learn how to go by yourself. And that for me is uncomfortable because I don't like to go to events outside by myself. But a lot of y'all won't even go to a virtual thing by yourself. You're waiting for Kim or Tracy or whoever to come along with you. So please don't miss your opportunity waiting for somebody else to join you. Like, you really do got to go by yourself.
Yeah, you do. I used to feel like that. And girl, listen, I know now that you get more action when you go by yourself, actually.
Oh, way more.
So
Ah,
Way more. I like to go by myself now, okay?
you know why we do
Me
that though? Because we're so scared of people saying, "Oh, you think you better." We don't even want to get rich by ourselves, girl.
Right.
Yeah.
We're so afraid of people saying,
Wow.
"Oh, she got that money now. She thinks she better." Oh,
Wow. That's true,
So
coach. We be wanting somebody else to come along with us. So at least we'll have one friend. At least I have one friend.
that is true. Cause after you go up so many levels, you don't think like those people. Like you don't think like they may think anymore. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
have anything. And then you know what? I was also talking about this last week that I was forced to hide my shine. I
Mm,
was forced to hide my success because of the people I was around. They were like, you
mm.
know, what they do. And so I was forced to hide my success, and I was continue to be that way. Not allowing myself to shine in any way. And I'm just done with that. I'm done with that. I'm done with being stingy to myself, you know, and not,
and you know what,
you
Yvette?
know,
You bring up a good point though. We also have to check ourselves as to why do we choose to associate with those people.
Right.
Why we begging people to be our friend? Why we gotta always be the best friend? Why we always gotta be the one making the sacrifice? Why we I said, you know what? I can't do it.
Listen.
mhm,
Why is it always about you?
girl, you try to call and talk about your problems, and you,
And they running off to the
you
races about
overdo it.
theirs.
Yeah,
I always got more problems than you.
always.
But sometimes you need to get by yourself to get rich where you can hear what your next direction is.
Right.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. A lot of times people don't like to be by themselves because they don't really like themselves. They really don't.
Mm.
And they don't want to face it. So they have to put themselves around lots of people so they won't have to deal with their thoughts, deal with, how they actually feel about themselves.
I know for myself for a long time, I'm sorry, coach, it was not that I didn't like to be around myself, but if I was doing this for that person and this for that person and running
Mhm.
around over here doing this for that person, then I didn't have time to do my own stuff. And that was an excuse that I was using to not get my stuff done, because if I'm so busy, then I don't have time. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I don't have time. And all year I've been saying, it's a meme going around with Taraji when she used to play on that show with Terrence Howard, where she'd be like, I gotta put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first. That's my motto for this whole year. Like, I have to put my needs, wants, and desires first and foremost. Because as women, I mean, I know y'all are older than me, but I'm really just getting to the point where I understand that you gotta pour into yourself first before you can pour into somebody else. I
Yeah,
didn't really
empty cup can't fill nobody up.
Mhm.
and what we give to other is really from our overflow, not from my bare minimum cup finna be dry, but I'm gonna give you my last.
Mhm.
And
Girl.
so that mindset really eliminates a lot of stuff,
It
because
does.
I might want to go. I might, now it's reversed, because before it was like, I wanted to work on my stuff, or I wanted to put me first, but I just don't have the time. Now it's like, I might want to show up for you. I might want to talk to you on the phone, but I really don't have time.
Mhm.
I really don't have the
Yeah.
space. I just don't have the capacity to do it. And it just helps me to be, it's a change of perspective, but also you find out that a lot of that stuff that was nonsense, people was only calling you to gossip and complain, that stuff fall off.
It fall out
Yeah.
fast, girl. And you realize some of it you was holding on to as a security blanket to make an excuse for you not doing your stuff. But
That's
I'm
them,
it's time
them
out for
time
excuses.
vampires.
I don't want no more excuses, no more new
Mm-hmm.
friends, no more bad apples. I'm just done.
I want new friends though, coach. Just not friends that, are not uplifting. I want to get into new circles, new rooms.
Yeah, me
And
too.
those are
But
not even friends, them is business partners.
Right.
okay, yeah,
I want to get
yeah.
with some
You
people that's ready to get this bread.
Right.
the bread. Coach
So if
talk
you
about
ready, you
those
need to
time
say I'm
vampires.
ready in the chat because I'm looking at I want people that want to go for these millions and not be afraid of one no. Because you're gonna run
Yeah,
into some no's on this path to get this bread. You just are.
that's true.
But
That is
I'm
true.
gunning for enough yeses to override the no's. So, guys, happy International Women's Day. This is all about a celebration of you. Don't forget every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Sundays at 2 p.m. We're gonna be on YouTube talking about startup dollars, bottom line profits, and generational wealth. Don't let somebody that you don't even know come back and tell you about this YouTube show. Okay? Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Jay. And that's right. We got to be ready. So at the end of the day, guys, meet us tonight. Bring somebody with you. That's the whole motto. I'm going to be giving away these bad money bags.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what's going to be in your bag. So,
Oh,
you got to be there.
Coach.
You got to be there. I'm going to get out of
Now,
here
you
because
know,
I got so much to do. But I
Coach,
appreciate
you
you
know,
guys.
I wanted one of them bags. You know, I wanted one of them bags. What? I
I'm
saw them
going
bags
to
in
put a
person.
contest in the mentee
Them
group on
bags
how y'all can win a
bad.
bag.
She said, I
Come
wanted
on
one of them
now.
bags. You know I wanted one of them
All
bags.
them bags bad, y'all.
Girl
I'm gonna
bag
put
is
a
bad.
contest in the mentee group right now how you can win a bag.
Crank it up.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm. All right, love you guys.
Bye.
Love you, Coach. Bye.